guys, what's up? It's me, Katherine, and today we're going back to class. Script class, that is. So today's video is going to be Script Marking 101, the best way to mark your script. And by best way, I mean my personal choice way to do it, so. I'm gonna show you all of my tips, tricks, hidden little bits that might help you out and might shed some light on the script marking process, because let me tell you, I turn everything into a process. Oops. So if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name's Katherine Steele and I put out a new theater related video on every Theater Thursday, plus I do bonus uploads throughout the week. So if you haven't already and you'd like to, go ahead and hit subscribe. That way you get notified for all future videos and you get to join the Theater Thursday fam. First, we take over Broadway and then the world. If you want to see more of my face and my Zooey Deschanel bangs that I accidentally did in the bathroom at 11 p.m. last night, yeah, I trimmed them again, oops. You can follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Kath_Steele. Let's get into the video. So, first thing first, when you're marking a script, you need to know the rules. Sometimes you have to return your script at the end of a process if you're renting materials from a company. If that's the case, you usually gotta use light black pencil that can be easily erased. Whenever that's the case, I don't use mechanical pencils because I have kind of a tendency to push really hard with mechanical pencils, so I'll use actual legit pencils. Additionally, if you can't write or make permanent markings in your script, these are going to be your best friends. I go through an inordinate amount of post-it notes and flags whenever I'm marking a script. Best way to call attention to important things because it's removable. And even when I'm in a situation where I can mark up the script, I still like to use these because I'm an overachiever. I like office supplies. I like pretty colors. I don't know, all of these are feasible options. I enjoy color coding the heck out of my scripts. It also really helps me out in the long run. So here's a typical example of how I like to mark up my script. This particular one is from Kiss Me Kate when I played Lily/Kate, one of my favorite roles, so much fun. As you can see, I like to highlight my name and stage directions in one color and then my lyrics and lines in another. I always write my blocking with pencil because blocking has a tendency to change, as you can see right there. Sometimes if I have a weird piece of blocking that's kind of difficult to explain, I'll draw a little picture like this one. A really great tip is that if I'm playing two roles like I did in Kiss Me Kate, or back in high school when we used to double cast shows, which is basically like an understudy thing but you guys are equal. Have you guys ever done double casted shows? Let me know in the comments down below. I don't know if that's just like a thing that I did or if everyone does that. I like to do my off night or second character stuff in a different color. So in Kiss Me Kate, that meant green and pink for when I was playing Katherine. Not me, Katherine. Katherine, the shrew of Taming of the Shrew. Another thing that I really like to do is to include little notes in my script. So this is definitely not super clean looking, but this is from All My Sons, and these are just a couple of key notes that I wanted to keep in mind while I was ever doing a run through or doing the show. The amount of times that I wrote sexy as a note in this script was pretty embarrassing. Where did these little babies come in? Personally, I prefer this size over full-size sticky notes. It depends on the project, but 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna use these because they're smaller and they're just easier to work with. They're not paper, so they don't get torn. They're like plasticky. Here's how I like to use these. If I'm doing a super long show or a show where I'm on stage most of the time, these little babies are super helpful. For example, when I did Ragtime, I used so many of these flags. I know that it's kind of falling apart because I did Ragtime like 6 years ago. I feel old. Especially when you're doing a 3-hour long show like Ragtime, there's a lot of material to flip through. So by using flags, you're able to really easily find it. So for songs that I was in, I keep that at the top. Pink was Act 1, blue is Act 2, and then I did the same thing for scenes on the right. I just like to mark entrances rather than each individual scene because sometimes you'll do a scene that turns into like a 20-minute scene and you never leave stage and there's like a bunch of mini scenes in there. So I just mark my entrances. If you're doing a show with a lot of songs, sometimes it's nice to write the song title on the flag. You don't have to do this. I usually don't do this, but if I'm doing like a 3-hour sung through show, sometimes I will. Another Another thing I like to do is mark my focus points or beat changes in a song or monologue with a different color. Again, I don't always do this, but I like to do this if I'm doing something like a comedy where the movements have to be really specific. Also, if I feel the need to make a note about something in a specific scene, if I know that there's going to be a quick change or something that I really need to keep in mind character-wise for that scene, I'll make a little mark at the top of the page to remind myself. So there you guys go, that's how I like to mark my script. Leave your favorite script marking tips in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. I hope you guys are having a great day. I love you so much. Break a leg, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!